this is Play PSVR, and I'm going to tell you why you are not going to play Table of Tales. First of all, it's a tabletop RPG. What? A tabletop RPG? That is what you're asking yourself. What the heck even is that? That is what I ask myself even. Well, to answer that, it's essentially you're sitting down, board game style. You control figures in a turn-based RPG style, and you choose which actions each figurine makes. You choose between movements, attacks, healing, or action items. It's actually a pretty cool idea and works really well. But you haven't played one of these in VR, and you have your doubts. Okay, yeah, I get it. Second, you've heard that the plot isn't incredible, although the game is certainly plot-driven. Well, the developers even say that the plot is the number one priority here. Well, the plot really isn't that bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not Kingdom Hearts, it's not Moss or Ghost Giant. It kind of reminds me of Prey to Vendetta Rising a bit. It involves a group of scoundrels, as they call them, in an attempt to redeem their sketchy past, but they get set up for murder. The game has multiple plot points that you have to choose among different choices, so each playthrough can be a little bit different and involve different characters, gameplay routes, and abilities. For example, one of the very first decisions you have to make is which of the 4 primary scoundrels you are going to throw overboard because the boat is too heavy. You never see this character again, and so next time throw a different character overboard, and there you go. You got a whole new character, whole new plot points, and some more fun to boot. But for a game that is so plot driven, is it really worth it unless you don't love the plot? That is what you're telling yourself, isn't it? Well, there are many action items that you have to do in the game, like convince other characters to help you, destroy barriers, and other similar things, but you can't just go up to the barrier, or just go up to the character and convince them. In RPG and board game style, you have to throw dice, and when the character throws the dice, you need a specific number for the action to take place. If you don't reach it, well, that's a wasted turn. You don't like this, I don't like this, and that's why you won't play it. The graphics, they are The animations are cool, but somewhat lacking in detail, and the graphics are definitely suitable, don't get me wrong, but even on the Pro, they are a bit blurry. Sometimes when you read the action cards, you have to pull them right up to your face to read what damage they do or see the small details. That isn't what you want in a game. And finally, the big daddy of them all, the main reason you aren't going to play Table of Tales is that it is a tabletop game that is single player only. I gotta admit, when I heard this, I was big time disappointed. I was like, what's the point? That's not cool. But I didn't understand the scope of the game before I played it, and neither do you unless you've played it. The fact that there's no multiplayer is no big deal, actually. You gotta trust me on this. It's a lengthy campaign with varying gameplay elements that's really fun to play. Would it be nice to battle with your friends in a tabletop RPG style? Sure, but you have Dark Eclipse for that, so quit complaining, go play that game. Table of Tales is about telling a story, and multiplayer would not align with this vision. I understand your disappointment and worry, but this is the main reason why you're not interested in the game. So there you go. That is why you aren't going to play Table of Tales, and it's a shame because I was pleasantly surprised by the quality, content, and concept. If we're up to me, I'd say buy it. But you won't. I can feel it. I gave you all the reasons why. Now prove me wrong, or heck, tell us more reasons why you aren't going to play Table of Tales.